Good morning. It's May 1st, 2011. Sunday morning. Beautiful day. Absolutely gorgeous. There isn't much that I can do today in the way of furthering my cause to actually become independent, self-sufficient, and self-reliant. Um, it's Sunday. You know, what can you do on Sunday? Everybody takes off. So, but I thought it would be important for me to make a few notes, talk about a few observations as to the events of the last week. Um, as a result of my family having to do what they did last weekend, and me having to do what I had to do, I decided to get a hold of Pine Tree Legal. Now, Pine Tree Legal is a lawyer service that is supposed to be for low-income people such as myself, disabled, Social Security, whatever, you know. And as far as I know, in this state, there is the Volunteer Lawyers Project that also helps people like myself. Unfortunately, they are based way down in Portland or somewhere like that, and it's hard to work with them from 600 miles away. But anyway, I got a hold of Pine Tree Legal, and I asked an attorney there. I won't say his name, but I asked an attorney there, and he said he was representing the whole group of them that was there. If there was a way that I could sit down with an attorney and go over my medical files to see what's in there and to help me understand what is in my file. Why are doctors in this area, especially all around here, I've been refused as a first-time patient by a lot of them now around here. It's funny because I've been told that everything from we're not accepting new patients, and then find out a few days later that a friend of mine's just gone to see them for the first time. you know um, and you know and all the way to we can't handle you should go back to Dr. Harris. um, I would like to know what it is in my file that's making them say that and do that. Well, the volunteer lawyers, the Pine Tree Legal representative that I spoke with, he is an attorney, um, told me that they don't do that. They don't perform that service for patients such as myself. And it's got me wondering as to, is there someone who in this state who would be willing to help me with this? It's obvious that my family isn't. It's obvious that my doctors and mental health social workers and nobody else is. I've been, since I started this fight, I have been up against one brick wall and one grenade and one bomb after another by everyone in society. Not one person that I know, except for my online girlfriend, which that's another story. But aside from her, there is no one that I have found so far that is willing to come forward and help me in this fight. I'm not going to give up. They will not stop me. They will not shut me up. I have a voice and I have the right to use it. And the newspaper up here will not print my story, although they print all the opinionated garbage that they get regularly, just like that. They don't even think about it. The opinions come in and boom, it goes in. And so far I haven't seen maybe one minorly positive story about the use of herbal medicines and holistic therapies in that paper. So far, everything that I've seen in that rag, the St. John Valley Time, has been opinionated bullshit, unsupported with no facts, just people spouting out the lies that they've heard and come to believe. I offered them I offered my story, and if you have watched my playlist, you see that I have the opinions of several professionals in the medical field. Several. Okay. Pharmacists, nurses, doctor's assistants, or whatever you want to call them, PRNs or whatever. Several. All in total agreement with the things that I have said and the things that I am saying. But none of them, not one of them, is willing to come out publicly in support of me, because they know that if they do, they will end up in the same situation I'm in, opposing the whole freaking world. It's amazing to me. It is absolutely amazing to me that although I have flatly refused RX medications of all kinds, and the fact that the medical profession has successfully addicted me to narcotic painkillers for a very long time, I go to the emergency room upset, tense, angry, in pain because of those things, and ask them for a couple of hits off some marijuana, telling them that that will help me. That is the one thing I know for sure will help me. Give me a couple of hits off of marijuana and boom, I will calm right down. Things will be so much better. The doctor in the emergency room tells me he can't do that. Well, I know he can't. The insurance industries won't let him. If he does that, they'll challenge his license, and there goes his livelihood. Okay? And it's not because he doesn't believe that I need the medicine. It's because he needs his job. And not being able to give me that, he gives me a prescription for hydrocodone. Right after I told him that I had been addicted to that stuff for 16 years. Oh, it's amazing. It is really amazing. Things like Zoloft, sertraline, and Depakote, and all kinds of other things that the medical profession has put out there and literally tested on the public of the United States without knowing what the hell the consequences were going to be, until it was too late and they end up sued and having to recall the medicines or drugs, poisons that they've put out there because, we see, man, this is causing diseases, this is causing birth defects, this is causing people to die. Maybe we shouldn't have done that. Let's take it off, right? Well, it's too late by the time they've done that. People are suffering. They have made people suffering, And all the while, they have marijuana at their disposal. At least 60 years of government testing proving that marijuana is absolutely safe, absolutely effective. But they won't try it. They won't even admit that it's a good medicine. I sure wish that there was someone out there somewhere that had the courage to stand next to me and say, hey, this is wrong. Is there anyone? Is there anyone out there that's brave enough to stand by this soldier in this battle? I sure would like to shake your hand. I mean, if you're out there, I sure would like to shake your hand, man. Because so far, I've been up against everyone. Everyone. Minor words of support whispered in my ear by people who are too afraid to step forward. Willing to watch me put my neck on the chopping block to see what happens. See, what you don't understand is I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice. I have to put my head on the chopping block. I am tired of being controlled, being told that I don't have the right, or that I don't, for some strange reason, I have less of an ability to decide what's right and what's wrong for me than someone else might. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm a human being. Yeah, I have problems. They need to be medicated. I have, through experience, found that their drugs do not work for me. They make me sicker. The only thing that does work for me consistently, without fail, every time, is marijuana. I gotta tell you, people, I knew I was in for a fight when I started this, and I'm not surprised at what's going on. I expected it. I fully expected it. I kind of didn't believe that my own family would do the things that they've done, but I don't blame them either, because they have to live here too. And if they come out in support of me, they're in danger of the same kind of mocking and discourse as I have been through. And they have lives to live too. It's a shame. It's a crying damn shame. This society is so wound up on the dollar, mercilessly wound up on the almighty dollar, throwing people under the bus, left and right. The Republican Party has me so pissed off right now. I just can't even watch the news anymore, because every time I hear one of them talk about how we're going to slash this poor program, we're going to slash that program, we're going to cut here and cut there and cut there, as if I can afford to lose anything. But the last thing they would think of, the very last thing they would think of, is asking the rich to help. This nation really has a short memory, doesn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong, but at the end of the Clinton administration, we had surpluses in every area. This country was doing fine. Not great, but fine. We were okay. We were moving forward as a nation, as a people, as a society. Listen, people, I want to tell you something. It does not matter how many millionaires there are. A society is only as strong as its weakest link. In other words, everyone in that society could be a millionaire except for one person, and if that one person is incapable or unable to take care of themselves, then that society is wrong. That society is failing. Our society is failing. We're so interested in making the millionaires into billionaires that we've completely forgotten about our brothers and sisters who are starving, struggling, trying to get a good education, trying to get good health care, trying to eat, for crying out loud, trying to have a bed to sleep in. The Republican Party says they are the party of morals. I laugh at the morality of the Republican Party. I laugh hysterically. And then I cry. Because I see that those voices have a lot more power than mine. They reach all the people they need to reach, they want to reach, and they get the attention. I am screaming, kicking, crying, bawling my head off, doing everything I can do to try and wake people up to the plight of a person in my situation. And nobody's hearing me. Nobody's paying attention. If they are, they're sitting back, saying, yeah, let him go. He's going to hang himself. People, I hung myself when I broke my back and destroyed my feet. That's when I hung myself. It's as if I broke some law, becoming disabled. If I did, I sure wish they'd put me in prison now for it, because at least there I know that I would have a secure roof over my head. I would get 3 hots and a cot, and plenty of company. As it is, I'm being asked to survive in a merciless world on $800 a month without a raise in the past 2 years, while everything skyrockets. Everything. Cost of food, cost of gas, cost of living is skyrocketing. The rich are getting all the tax breaks, they're getting all the loopholes, and in the end, you know, the wealthy don't even pay taxes. They get paid by us to be rich. It's fucking ridiculous, people. It's ridiculous. Something needs to happen. Something needs to happen. There's a lot of people suffering in this country and just being ignored. Ignored. Well, that's what I'm going to put in my battles for the use of medical marijuana today. As I said, there isn't much else that I can do today. I'm still trying to get a hold of the landlord, which I will be apparently moving into now. Because of all the hysteria that happened last week there, I finally got things going. People finally said, hey, you know, maybe we should help this guy. Amazing. It really is. It's amazing.